Hi, Leon. I'm so happy to
Hi,
meet you here today.
hi, Sonja. It's so lovely to get together for our little venture.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. But then where she now connects back to the father,
Mm,
where he says to her in the constellation, the best thing you can do for me is to live your life fully, freely, and enjoy it.
mm,
And that is for her, she no longer needs to be entangled in his death because it doesn't serve the dead for us to be entangled in it. Open yourself up to love, and I will always be with you. So he's giving her the go ahead. You go and find your love. I'm can't do anything about me. Go and find your love and live your life to the absolutely fullest. So for her, that is key. I'm now only the daughter, and I'm allowed to love. And I
mm.
think that is a beautiful way that came to a conclusion on that.
Yes. So that's the father's response. And obviously it cements that first impulse that she feels when she says, I am only your daughter. I notice on so many faces in our constellation years, the sense of relief and lightness when a client can say, I'll only want to be your child. That and the next thing is the skin lights up, the eyes show relief. So much happens in the neural net of the client, but still the power of the father's potential response to say, only thing I want for you is to live your life fully. That will actually honor me, not you holding on to my pain.
Yes. So that's Savka's story, and I think that constellation was beautiful, and it came to a beautiful, I say, conclusion.
Yeah.
And then we move on because now Ada is the one who questions everything. She's the doctor. She is everything is has to have a structure. Everything has to have a medical component. And for her, this makes absolutely no sense. Yes, she can see her friend is happy and light,
Mm.
but she just is very, very resistant until she meets the man.
So
And
we get little inklings, little giveaways during the episode of how the others are getting touched by certain things. They're
yes,
either annoyed, they resist certain statements, but you see certain things are activated. And it's beautiful in two ways. In one way, I'm looking through the lens of the telenovela or the dramatic sequencing. And telenovelas, um, you have this beautiful story arc thing.
mm,
And then at a certain time, a new story arc starts. Now, Layla's story arc already started when her life starts to fall apart.
yes,
She hears that she can't pay the school fees. She now has to ask her mother and all sorts of things. And then with that, also how Ada responds to certain situations, and where the three of them then actually demands of Ada to also attend with them one of the sessions, and how the buttons then get pushed in the process.
yes. So there's a whole lot of push and pull, and life continues. So this is the
Mm,
thing: is everybody's life continues, and everybody is stuck in their own life situations.
mm,
So, and there is quite an irritation with Savki, who is so exuberant about her experiences, and all she wants to do is help her friends and want her friends to also do the work. And
mm.
the total, no, we're not up to it. Although Layla is, I think she's just the fun part. She's up to anything. She'll do anything just for the fun of it. It's for her. It's just the fun of it. There is
Yeah.
no real other connection there.
Mm,
But Ada is very stuck in where
mm,
she is and has her own problems in her own relationship and her own. where she wants to be in life and that type of thing. So, and then she meets someone and someone picks up the tremor in her hand. So that is key for a facilitator having an observant eye. And
the body phenomena.
Yes, yes. Yeah. And often when I do a constellation, people say, how do you know that? And I will say, you guys were talking there and I've heard this and I saw that. So the information is always around. As facilitators, we need to learn to have an observant eye.
So here's a good question, an interesting question for you is, what is your technique? What's your style in keeping yourself focused on certain information, but also keeping your peripheral vision open enough so that you can pick up these other...
I like to start with a wide peripheral vision so that I take in as much as I can, and then it gets narrowed down to when we start the constellation where we're actually going to start.
Because you need both. You need both perspectives simultaneously.
So I want to, when I have a workshop or facilitation, I listen to all the information that's surrounding, because it gives me an idea of where a client is. Sometimes a client comes and says, I've done XYZ constellations, I now want to do a constellation on my grandmother or on this or on that. And I hear that. But I don't make a promise that that is where the constellation will go. Because I like to start from a neutral perspective. I have all the outside information, as much as I possibly can. And then the field directs, where are we going to go? So setting up, I will follow the client up to a point, and then I start then very small and allow the field to expand.
From small to larger, to including more components that could reveal the inquiry process, support the inquiry process.